Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and Malco's got a relatively new set of their cleanable reversible nut drivers here. They call them the C-RHEX, or C-RHEX, C-R-H-E-X, for cleanable reversible hex. They come in different size shanks with this quick lock. I did a review, kind of a video on this one a long time ago, and I really like it. It's a great tool. They've changed it a little bit, probably for the better, although I do like the fit and finish of this one, and I like that they've rolled this instead of just laser etched or painted or whatever this is. But other than that, they seem very similar. This one's got a couple of advantages right now, though. And as far as I can tell, this is not available. I think this was made in Taiwan as well as these. These are noted as Taiwan. They come in a 6-inch shaft, 4-inch shaft, and a 2-inch. And they are reversible in that this piece, if I can pop this one off here, you can see has a 1/4-inch side and has a 5/16 inch side. They are clearly marked here, and fits onto this ball detent quick lock mechanism. Also, it has a strong magnet right up at the front, and why that's important there is because if you get this thing clogged up with when it's in the nut driver position, if it was like a classic nut driver with a magnet in it, it would end up being a little hard to clean. You get filings and shards of metal and whatever else stuck in there. It's hard to get out, but in this case you can just pop it out and clean the magnet off. These sell for, well, this one's, I think it was around $7-8. This was like 12, this was like 18. You can buy them in sets as well. Now the 1/4-inch and 5/16 are two sizes I run into all the time. A lot of appliances, whether small like toasters or big like dishwashers, use that. A lot of sheet metal, HVAC, things like that. That's RVs is a big one too. The aluminum, the wood. It seems like everything's held together with these kinds of screws, or variations of it in either 5/16 or 1/4-inch. I also wondered, you've got a yellow and a red. Now the red is 1/4-inch, the yellow is 5/16. I'm wondering if that's an industry standard, probably, because here's the snap-on. Hard to read here. This is yellow, but here's the 5/16 and the 1/4. So that actually matches up there. So maybe there is something to it. Now, one of the advantages of this newer style, which as far as I can tell is like a black oxide versus this naked S2 steel, is this gap right here. They've increased the size of this gap, and you might think, well, that's just more play or whatever. Well, these are designed to be removed easily, and that means trying to get sometimes something in here. Now this gap, this gap here, I can pop in a screwdriver, but if I reverse this, that's too tight. See that? So trying to get this out, especially on a little slippery handle here, this one, it's easier, but there's still a large gap now. So you can see I can easily get a tool right in here to pop that out. I cannot get it into this one. So that's something I noticed, because this really is hard to pull off sometimes, and that slippery shaft there makes it tougher. Plus, if you put it into something, I can usually get it out, but I'm often switching it like in a drill or something, and it's not as handy to be able to grab it. Now, why not just get two, and have one running as a 1/4-inch and one running as 5/16? Well, you certainly can. Sometimes you're just switching it because most of the screws now you're going to encounter are going to be all the same size. Malco has been exploring this space. Here's another one of their tools. This one to me has a lot of potential, but this isn't a finished product yet. I like it, but it seems like a good idea that just needs to be taken in a little different direction. This has 4 different sizes: 7/16, 5/16, 1/4, and 3/8. And you can see that you can just switch by pulling on this collar to the different sizes that you need. switch back and forth, get whatever is convenient. But it is a pretty bulky one for trying to get into a small area, you know, and I've heard stories about these things coming loose and the whole thing falls apart. Malco also offers something like this, which is just a stack of these different kinds of nut drivers, and as you can see, this one is a Milwaukee. Here's also a Klein version. I'll get into these. This Klein is on the Milwaukee. That's where I'm headed because of these two. But why not just make an existing longer set of tools on a shaft? So that's what they're actually doing, is making one of those available. But anyway, I'm talking about the C-RHEX cleanable reversible 1/4 and 5/16. The big announcement though from Malco is they are now making these in metric as well. So you can get a whole set of the different metric sizes that are also cleanable, reversible, and definitely able to drive all of those screws that are not 1/4 inch and 5/16, which is probably going to be a thing soon. At least in modern appliances, if it isn't already. But anyway, there it is. You can buy these sets on Amazon or all over the place, individually or as in sets, but they are kind of pricey in sets. I think it was $55 for a set of 4. So get the ones you need and know that they keep working. And with that, Doc out.